Everyone lock in. So guys, for you guys watching on YouTube, this is going to be Play Like a Pro Dan Ghosty edition of the Paris Gentle Mates. We're going to be focusing on Dan's arrow. We're going to be seeing what tendencies we can take from him, what we can learn, the leadership he brings, all of these different attributes. So excited for this one. This is against Koi. Day number 1 of the Major 1 tournament, and huge congratulations to Gentlemates in winning that. Huge congratulations to Dan Ghosty, Sib, Envoy, and Neptune on taking that one. So what we're doing here, guys, for you guys watching on YouTube, we're focusing on number 5. That's all we want to focus on is number 5, his arrow, see what they're doing. All right, same again. Okay, they've changed their break off. He's still playing top. He's still challenging the right. Envoy's going to be playing hill, but this time they've sent Neptune on dojo. So let's see what Dan Ghosty does in this position. Still going to be holding top. Still going to be taking the fight to number 4. Confident in how he's challenging. Look at him strafing. Then once he's cleared that timing up top, he sees obviously moved him to his left. Look at how he chals off this. Slide cancels, gets towards the other side, and that way he knows this guy can't peek or he can't see him. He's going to do the same thing on the other side. Nice, beautiful stuff from Dan. Dan's trying to clear 5. He's trying to play for 5. All good. Now he needs to stay alive as he knows Toronto have map control. They have progression. They have hill control. So his job with 40 seconds is just make sure he holds progression, stays alive, and then activates with his teammates. He's just being annoying. Up top, just getting shots, getting information. Now 8 spawns out. Bit of a misplay from Koi. So this can allow Paris to break into the hill. Beautiful stuff. Let's see how they play it here. Still staying alive as long as he doesn't over chow. As you can see here, he's clearing top. And as long as he stays alive, it allows number 8 to do something. He's the most important player, arguably, for Paris right now in order to break. Because if he dies, then it allows these guys to shift responsibility. They're not going to be tweaking as hard for top. So look at 8 here. Oh. Okay. Alright, anyway. Intention was good. I didn't know that happened, but alright. Now, where's number 5 spawning? He spawns out here. His spawn is saying something. He knows there's going to be progression towards his side of the map. So let's see how he plays it here. 21 seconds left. Refilling top. Refilling the power position top to play for the kill to try and get P1 progression. Look at him clearing top. Get towards time. Doesn't realize he's pushed out. All good. 14 seconds left. Let's see what he does here. Now, his spawn is saying something. His spawn is saying, okay, there's going to be some sort of progression around here. Obviously, the skull, in the moment, he doesn't know this. But you're like, okay, maybe there's someone pushed out. Maybe number 2's pushing out. And let's see what he does as the last guy in the flow. 8 seconds left. Your win condition is to rotate. Your macro determines your macro. So let's look at what Ghosty does here. He's the last guy in the flow, picking up the right cut. They're dying, so that's where they understand, okay, he's dead. He's dead. We know where this guy is. We don't know he's here. So we know, okay, the pressure's coming towards this side of the map. He's shifting across to get in tradable positions with number 8 in order to try and play for number 2. So let's see how he plays it here. Shifts across. Hard squares. Kills 1. Gets shot by number 1. So number 1 shot too early. So now they've got 2. Now they know there's someone around this area and they know the final guy's in here. So he has to play his 1. He's going to play his 1. Dan backs off to buy time, to try and buy as much time for these guys to get back into the play, as well as obviously keeping the game blocked. Plays towards the back, plays towards the teammate. This is, I need you guys to understand how good of a decision this is in the moment. And this is very, very significant. And this kind of tells you the success of Gentlemates. Something small as this, right? So the situation here, guys, is we know he's here. We know number 3 is around this area, right? Due to the previous gunfight. And now we know number 2 is here. We know where all 3 people are, okay? They're in a 3 versus 2. And what Ghosty ends up doing is instead of taking the 1v1, this is Paris Gentlemates in a nutshell, is they try and take multiple fights in tradable positions at the same time. So right here, number 8 kills number 2. Very good kill from Envoy. Ghosty kills these 2, right? These 2 are dead. We still know someone's around here, and we know he's here. We're now in a 2v2. You put in the hours, you watch pros, you're grinding ranked, Maybe you're thinking about scrims. But there are so many moments that keep happening. You load in, you suck. One bad death, one chaotic kill, one shaky round. Your decision making's rushed. You start hoping you'll get kills instead of knowing what to do. There's a real gap. It's your talent, not your settings, not your weird trick. It's systems under pressure. The players that you admire, the ones who I've helped make with MVP level consistency, they aren't magic. They have standards installed so deep, they don't disappear. And that's what this is. This is my World Championship coaching package. 4 weeks, 8 hours, me and you. Limited slots. Here's what we're going to build together. World Championship systems. Like I said, I am breaking you down. You are getting everything. All the secrets, all the little things that created champions. Day to day, map to map, that consistency. Your gun skill. Your movement. Your positioning. Your decision making. Your awareness. Your macro teamwork. Your micro. You name it, I give you everything. I don't also just tell you what's wrong. I force these into you with drills and training until it becomes automatic. I'm also going to train your mentality. And this is where most players collapse. I train your mental skills like it is a skill. Everything from confidence building, how to deal with pressure, how to reset, visualization. Some of the best in the world, your Kobe's, your Jordans. We learn from them and I give it to you. So when things get chaotic, you don't spiral, you execute. You'll get your own personalized blueprint, measurable weekly progress, and elite accountability, just the same way that I would have done with my World Championship team. I am giving this to you. Champions aren't built by motivation. They're built by systems, structure, and standards. The instant decision from Dan to shift across to 8 to take a 1 versus 2 on Kleenex to trade, to then cut from the hill, is a big reason why Paris are getting success, because he's prioritizing the most efficient kills when it comes to the objective. Rather than playing a 50-50 here against number 1, he has an SMG, which actually he'd be more favored because he has an SMG to run him down. He's getting towards a teammate, prioritizing this fight, and then turning round and playing from the side that their teammates are on. He's going to play from this side to allow number 6 and potentially number 7 to get into the play, rather than being on his own and potentially dying. Your macro determines your micro. He has an AR in this situation. He knows he's going to get ran down by an SMG, and he's playing towards a teammate. Look at him getting towards a teammate. Even if Envoy bought enough time, he's there to try and trade him, and then he's going to play a position where he thinks Real is going to be. Really, really heads up play from Dan Ghosty. Now he's pushing out, understanding, okay, maybe they're spawning towards the back, but look how he's playing it. He's understanding, okay, there is a chance with the kills we've just made where my teammates are, they could be spawning towards the back and I don't have the timing to clear it. Timing meaning you're going to get caught. You don't have the free space or the time to take that free space. So he's playing a position where he expects people to come towards him to get that information, and he's letting the game come to him, allowing number 7 into the play. This is not an overly aggressive play from Dan here. He's in a position where at least Envoy can trade him. Ends up dying, but it's okay. Envoy has time. We have hill control. Now, where he spawns is going to say, yo, someone's going to be out front. Reads it, tries to get the guy, but look how he's playing it, just ironing up, waiting, holding progression for his teammates. He's taking his time, making his kills first. Now they're in a 4v3, and if he's the first guy in flow, I expect him to start progressing forward. Good use of a nade. He's weak. He's weak, so he can't just run out. Good use of utilities to clear where he's just been shot from. You're not inconsistent. You're untrained in the places that actually decide ranked. What I want you to do, guys, is go to DREAL.co.uk, go to services, go to courses. Train like the top 1% of Call of Duty players. Ranked play comes out soon. This is what you're going to get. You're going to stop guessing in fights. You're going to have rules. Your aim is going to be more consistent. It becomes repeatable. You're going to walk into ranked play once it's out, knowing exactly what to do, and you are going to fly above the ranks. You are going to feel calm in big moments because you've trained for it. You are going to become the player that people are going to remember. The secret aren't in your settings. It's in your sequence. Most of you guys watching, you want tips and tricks. But what the top 1% do is fundamentals, movement, aim science, decision template, training plan, mindset drills. The same inputs, the same outputs, consistency. If you are tired of being almost good, almost there, this is guaranteed to be the switch. Turn your effort into results and download the course. Train like the top 1%. Nice, cleared that. Now he doesn't know he's here. I'm kind of surprised his nade doesn't hit. So if his nade hit, he's definitely checking this. But now he's thinking, okay, where are they going to be? Gets a comm that insight is here. Snaps onto insight. Now he knows, okay, if insight's here, where is the next common spot or the next hot spot that someone's going to be? In your head, when you're playing, there is only a certain amount of positions or certain amount of spots that enemies could play. Once you're clearing things in your head, have that process of elimination. This is what we call anticipation. Is if you're not here, I think you're going to be here. If there's multiple people in the hill, potentially you're here, 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 and here. And as you're doing it, you can position your weapon and predict where they could be and take Charles off that. He's now cleared this, and he's clearing the next common spot where he thinks someone's going to be, either from information or from his anticipation. We call it intuition. So he's taking his Charles here. And he's using his jump to take a Charles. All good. He ends up dying. Envoy's good hold from Koi. So let's see what he does off spawn. Second guy in the flow. Takes the outer Chow. Now he's the second guy. He's just waiting for someone to scam. Gets weak. Still holding it in case someone scams. So his job in the flow as the last guy is he's holding a lane in order to allow these guys to run forward. Similar situation from the previous P1 that we talked about. As an AR player on a break, if all your teammates are right next to each other before you've made any kills or you've got any map progression, hold a lane, hold a certain angle, play for a scam, and allow your quicker players to get through and break. So right here, he's the last guy in the flow, so he's the one that's going to be banging. Had he been maybe the second or third guy, I expect him to be here. He's the last guy, he's holding, he's saying, yo, I've got this. His teammates are going to play off it. They're in tradable positions, their pacing is tight, and Dan is setting up success for the rest of his teammates. So all they have to worry about is one way. Now look at them. Like hyenas, bro. They're like hyenas. Yes, there's 10 seconds left. Even if this was 45 seconds, look, they're hive-minded. This is a hive. These guys are parasites. These guys are fungi. These guys are the Last of Us zombies, bro. They get numbers. They got +2. This is their trigger. It's like, right, our trigger, we got 2. Everyone converge. Everyone just go. When you have these rules as a team, when you have these game plans, when you have these systems, it makes it easier when the pressure is high because you've done this a million times. You're just going. They do this in practice a million times. So when it comes to official games, it's easy. They just trust their training. And they get 2 down, he's banging. They're all like dogs. They're all like piranha, these guys. The piranha playstyle. This is the piranha playstyle right here. Okay, we'll see what Dan following a teammate. Doesn't matter what weapon you have. Doesn't matter what role. They know they don't have P3 control. If you know you don't have P3 control, you got to break it. In order to break it, you're in a disadvantage because you don't have numbers. So you gotta predict their setup. We're predicting their setup. Where could they be? What spots could they be? Where are people going to be spawning? All of these different things at the same time. Kill feed, minimap awareness, whatever. And now they're playing together in order to clear where they could be to then give information to set this guy up. This guy comes off spawn, potentially what he could do, so on and so on. So he'll come off spawn here. And now look at him. Look at 5. First guy in the flow. Helping to clear. They're clearing common spots. Look at the way... Guys, I need you to understand when you're watching this. Look at 5, okay? Look at the way he's clearing things. When you play for 10,000 hours, you more often than not will get into a lot of these same situations, right? They have just made 1 kill. It is a 4v3. Joe has killed Dante here. It is a 3v3. Realistically, he's so far out of the play, he cannot trade. You know 1 guy's out of the play, right? So he's gone. He's out of the play. He's gone. At max, it's a 2v2. We don't know where number 3 is. It's a 2v2. As a team who's just got scrap, and it's on Koi to hold this because they're on new, it actually becomes quite a bit of a disadvantage because there's only so many places this guy is going to play. As Neptune and Ghosty are clearing things together, in their head, they're thinking, what common spots could you play? Let's start clearing things together. When you start to understand the common spots, you start setting up, as we saw with the P2, 2v1 fights. He's the first guy in the flow. So he's playing with pace to clear where he thinks number 4 could be. We don't know where number 4 is. We have no idea. Number 4 could be here. He could be here. He could be. There's a multitude of places, but Dan's clearing things, using his slide to camera where he thinks somebody could be, to bait, drag aim assist, and Neptune is in a position to trade. His job here is, okay, I'm predicting you to be here. I'm going to take the chal aggressively. We need to be fast. Neptune, get my trade. This right here is selflessness. This is bait and switch. Although he's a bit slow. But like, he's just trying to clear things fast. We're thinking, all right, maybe he's outside here. Maybe he's inside here. We don't know. But he's trying to clear it. Now we get the information. And look how he's fighting. Look, there we go. We get the trade. But like, it's the whole tendency and the idea of setting your teammate up, regardless if it works or if it doesn't work. So right here, let's see what he does. Coming off spawn. His spawn says, yo, he's going to be screaming, yo, yo, yo. Both sides, both sides, both sides. And then look at how they're playing here. He's the first guy in the flow, playing with speed. Playing with speed, controlling certain areas of the map. This is part of your game plan. As you see with Paris, they play to control outer first. I have seen a lot of dens from Paris here. And when it comes to P3, if they don't have dojo control, they're controlling this first in order to set up this guy. He just happens to have an AR in this situation. He swapped out as the third guy in the flow. Them to take outer, them to get progression. Opens up timings for this guy, and then that's how you can put yourself in the best position to break the hill. This is teamwork. Look how close they always are. They know in every situation what they want to do, how they want to do it. And then this is what we call shared team mental models. If you know exactly what you need to do and you're well drilled and well practiced, when it comes to officials, you're just doing it without thinking. Look at him taking the fight. Ends up dying, all good. Let's see what Dan does here. He's still waiting, pushes outer. Obviously, the minimap is kind of chalked. Takes the chal, ends up dying. All good. Koi just do a fantastic job of holding, but this is just, honestly, this is just this game in a nutshell. You do the right thing. They ape, you ape. Who just apes the best? That's all it is. All right, Ghosty plays mid. Taking the chal on mid. Wow, good. Wow. All right, nice. Somehow ends up killing him. That was actually clutch. Now they're in a 4v3. We don't know where he is. We don't know where he is. We just know it's a 4v3, technically a 3v3. So now they're going to be fast because we don't know exactly where Kleenex is going to be. And we're just clearing things. Now we know what Kleenex is. Now it's a 3v2. Look at him just playing ahead. Playing ahead. Bumping through. Now from this, repicking mid because he realized, right, nobody spawned out. Macro determines the micro. We know our win condition is to have new. He's in a position where he can get information mid and he can shift based on what the information that 7's getting. So this is really good. Look at how he's taking the fight. He's shifting a bit too quick. Okay, he's playing with Nep here. I don't mind this. Allows Nep to push out. So what he's done, he's refilled this position to allow Neptune to basically go rogue, take timings, do what he needs to do. Allow him to use the speed. Now he has a free life. Dante's pinching. Again, playing for the hill. Very selfless from Dan, putting him in a position to play hill with the weapon that he has. This is kind of the same concept that NYSL we would play with Hardpoint, is we try and get our ARs in the hill as much as we can. So we're like, all right, if we're in a position where the timings are there, where it's kind of a clean wave, if we can say, yo, you get into the hill, it allows players like Paco, allows players like Kiz to take time-ins, to use their SMGs, to get mixy, use their talent. So right here, Dan's picking up hill, playing hill, saying, yo, I'll play balloon tower defense as the last guy in line, allow you guys to go rogue. And this is how you be selfless as a player. This is, if I remember correctly, I think this is a shout out to Lamar. Lamar's used to make his teams play this way. I may be completely wrong, but if I remember correctly, on Seattle, he would always try and play hardpoint. He would always try and play hill where it made sense. He wouldn't force it, but he would play in a position where, okay, I've got an AR. Let me play in a power position with my trophy in the hill, All of you guys push out, take your timings, do what you need to do. And it almost kind of gives me this kind of vibe where it's like, all right, I'll play towards the hill. You guys go do your thing. I can then direct from there. I can then read the pressure. I can then slow the game down. I can then think. I can then play a power position. I can let the game come to me. And it's kind of the vibe that I'm getting by watching Dan. So 50 seconds in the position, like, all right, all good. Now, is he going to shift across? I'm curious. Nope. He's just going to hold it from hill. And there we have it. He's playing balloon tower defense, playing a power position. He's like, all right, you guys got to come to me now. Ends up getting that kill. Look at another thing I need you guys to understand is let's just show you what Dan has done here. 40 seconds left. Their win condition is to soak, right? They know the pressure's coming towards the back. We've got some information. Now, he's not contesting the back because in his head, he's thinking there's going to be multiple people at the back. Therefore, we're not in a position to trade. We're not in a position to team shoot. So we got to play the wave for what it is. Now, what he does is he understands where you could come from based on where I think you're going to be. Look how he repositions himself. If you guys see my Twitter clip next week, you'll see the same thing with Sib. Is the macro determines the micro. In this situation, he knows he has to play the wave. He's getting into a power position to let the game come to him. He's putting the weapon he has in the position of power. This is where positioning can make a gunfight. He's playing distance by where he thinks you're going to be. He ends up repositioning and allowing himself in an off angle to let the game come to him. If he had an SMG, I fully expect him to play tighter and his teammates to watch over. Because he has an AR, he's not playing tight. He's not playing a creddy towards where the pressure is going to be. He's playing like that. He's playing his position for distance. And then once they start trading, then he's going to play quick. So look at him readjusting, taking that fight. CleanX, I'm assuming, has an AR here, but he's at a disadvantage because he doesn't know where Dan's going to be. He has to clear the lanes, and then Dan does a good job, assuming maybe he stuns him, nades him, and that's where positioning matters. And look at number 8 and 5, and now this is hive mind. This is how now you go from your selfish, playing your gunfight, playing for your one, playing for your high percentage gunfight chance, to now teamwork. We've got numbers. We've made the first 2 kills. We're in a 3 versus 2, so now look at them fighting together. Now he doesn't stay there. He gets across with 8. It's like a synchronized dance, if the best way to put it. It's like a ballerina, and they're both challenging at the same time. So he's gone from playing selfish to win his one, because that's when he knows he needs to do it, and that's where he needs to be selfish to put himself in the best position to win his one, do his kill, do his job, and then now he's done his kill. It's the macro determines the micro. 3 versus 2, you go 1 for 1. COD is a numbers game. If he's gonna play aggressive, you play aggressive. So then at that point, whatever your teammate does, you do. If your teammate plays passive, you play passive. Beautiful stuff right here. And we see it taking Charles. Doesn't end up working, but it could have worked another time, right? So let's see how they play this position here. Number 5, looking out for scams. He's the first guy in the flow. Joe with a clutch 2-piece, to be fair. Okay, number 5 spawns out middle. 17 seconds left. Win condition is trying to get progression for new, so I expect him to hold here. Or are they going to be is he going to bang out? Okay, his teammate spawns at the back, so he's going to put pressure on old because his teammate spawns at the back. Gets a 2-piece. Good route from Dan here. 5 seconds left. So the reason why he ended up hitting old is because his teammates spawned old. So at that point, you might as well use that progression, trade out, and then you have a secure base for the next wave to collapse on the point. So number 5, same again. Oh, actually, he's playing bottom. I expect him to sort of, I would expect him to slide out, maybe slide cancel, take the chow. Maybe he shoulders it, gets a nade ready, and then slide cancel, chow's off the nade. We'll see what he does. Let's watch him. Is he going to slide cancel out? Yes, he's slide cancelling out. He's playing aggressive because it's his time to get into the hill, ready for the guy mid-cut, predicting where you're going to be. And now he's just going to play his life for number 6, I imagine. Nope, he's going to chal it. Oh, boy. But they had numbers. So, you see that? The reason why he challed it, it's a 2-on-2. Now it's a 2v1. He's banging. Maybe he got a stun call. Maybe he got a nade call. Maybe he's just, like, turned. But he ends up taking the challenge 2v1. This could have got really dodgy, but then number 6... This is how you have team play with flow. He's trusting the flow. They're banging together. Look at number 6 now trying to trade. Does a good job. 50 seconds. Now this is then trusting the flow. He's the last guy. I expect him to just hold. Macro determines the micro. Look at him playing the head glitch. denying any timings for the pinch because they're going to play the wave of what it is. Why? Because they're soaking. When they're soaking, they don't know if Toronto are going to be taking long routes as the first guy. Remember, what you would do is what enemies could do. So he's clearing any long route timings. Now his teammates end up dying. He knows where the pressure's coming from. He's going to refill a power position. COD is a game about refilling power positions fast. Put his weapon in the position of power and then play to trade off that. So let's see how he does. He's going to slide cancel towards the right. Still clear his timing because number 6 didn't see anything. Now number 6 does. He's coming back to trade. And now he's going to get close to his teammate. So he's very aggressive here. Now he's bumping his teammate off to do the same thing again, to spawn them deep. This is part of their game plans. Now he's in a position where he's worried about only one lane, and he's allowed him to bump off. As he then refills, you might see him then start challing with Envoy. As you see here, maybe he chals it. Yeah, he's challing the top left. Interesting. They're challing together. Oh my god, they're challenging like hyenas again. This is hyena Charles right here. And you're challing the same side. He's still on the time. Now they're going to start pushing out to flip. He understands that one guy's flipped, so he's reading it. He's going to clear any timings. Now, let's see how they play this. They've slowed the game right down. Because remember, guys, when you're breaking, it's similar to the P3 example. There's only so many spots an enemy team can play. And if you take your time, what you're trying to do is you're trying to read and predict where enemies are going to be. If you can read and predict where enemies are going to be, you can make a decision to either commit or make them useless and isolate people. So if you guys have seen my previous social media clips, you know how important it can be by isolating people and making them useless. All right, let's see what they do here. They end up getting the 1. Does he shortcut? Nope. They all... Okay, are they going to shortcut? Yes, they're going to shortcut here. Envoy's going to push through the back. They end up shortcutting. Very good job. Now he's going to bump out. He's got a free life if needed. He's the 3rd guy in the flow, so he's going to refill towards the back. That's where the pressure's coming from. The last guy's going to get the pinch. Now he's taking Charles outer, confident, aggressive, playing off a teammate. Even though he's in an AR position, understanding, predicting where you're going to be. He's then going to bounce off number 6. He's baiting number 4 for number 6. As you can see, he's still baiting, still has time. He's not scamming. He's not scamming. He's just going to play off number 6 in this situation. Sib has a free life. 5 is going to play off that to try and not double scam and try and trade. And as you can see, his team shot in win number 6. And that's kind of one of the best attributes that Dan has, is he understands when he needs to help you and when he can fight with you and do something almost instinctively together, right? That's one of the biggest things about being good on Respawn, is when you have these quick decisions, do you do it together or do you do it separately? Dan could have literally just sat here and done nothing and let number 6 end up dying. Now, it wouldn't have been the worst play, but it wouldn't have been the best thing they could have done. And right here, he's playing confident and aggressive in order to take fights with number 6. But if you see the way he was shouldering and baiting for information, he wasn't fully committing. He was still in the play, but not in a situation where he can scam. The worst thing Paris can do here is end up double scamming, because then these guys are just going to run forward, end up spawning you slightly deeper, and you can't then trade as efficiently as you would. So ends up fighting here, dies, it's fine, because why? 6 is in a position to kill him, and he wants to flip with 20 seconds left. And there we have it. Now, they know they have progression on old. Just commit to your game plan. We play to trade out. As long as we're in tradable positions, it doesn't matter, and that's what Dan does in a tradable position. He doesn't, the thing with Ghosty is he doesn't get incredibly high engagements, but he's a really, really good gap filler. He's really good at knowing what his job in the moment needs to be. He can pop off. Absolutely can pop off. But he's one of the players that is equally as comfortable saying, yo, you got it? Fine, you go do it. If he's in the situation, he will do it. But he's like, all right, I've got my faster players in front of me. Bet I'll stay in my life. I'm not going to scam. I'm going to stay disciplined. So we see what number 5 does here. Now they're in a 4v3, so look at them. They don't have P3 progression, so they have to wait. And they're doing the exact same thing again. They're waiting for the streak. Now they're waiting to break. He's clearing it because he knows with the streak he could run inside. Now it's a 3v3. Now it's a 3v2. Now they're going to wait for the streak and collapse at the same time. 3v1. Now they're going to play fast. Look how fast they play. They do this together. It's not hard. It's do things together. Understand your pacing. Are you going to play passive together? Good. Are you going to use your free life? Good. Are you going to bang an ape together? Good. Do things together. It's as simple as that. It's a lot easier said than done. I'm making it sound so easy, but it is easier said than done. And a lot of this will come from Ghosty's communication. So look at them challenging at the same time. He's reading the spawns. He's reading up. Look at where 8 spawn in. They're going to be both sides. And so he's playing for it. He's playing where? What is he doing? He's putting his weapon in the position of power. He's playing an off angle. He knows 1 and 2 are not going to be centered for him. They're not going to camera him. They can't camera him. They maybe missed a stun. So he's playing an off angle. He's playing distance with the weapon he has to try and get the first kill and put himself in a position where he can buy time. Beautiful stuff right here. So he's got the pre-aim, the power of the pre-aim. You're on LAN. Your pre-aims are going to work more often than not, depending on the game, obviously. So look, still, off angle. He's not taking aggressive Charles. He's letting the game come to him. It's okay. He's got double Charles. But guess what? You have the information, the specific information that 2 people are here. You know 1 person's going to spawn on this side of the map. Look at these 2. It sets up these 2. His death. Letting the game come to them. He's going to refill, spawn up, and then refill where he needs to. And then that's how you soak time. And look at how Sib's taking the chow. Look at 7 taking the chow. Look at 5 refilling 5. Again. Ghosty is bumping out 8 to flip, to do something, to spawn them behind. See, spawn here, where my mouse was. And now he's turning around. He is putting yourself in a position to bump teammates out, to take timings, to take space, and they're all on the same page. And look at that, allows Envoy to do what he wants. And now he can just sit in time. He's already got 1 minute 15 in the hill. Cutting through mid. Refilling through, getting towards his teammate. He's not staying longer than he needs to because he knows the pressure's here. All good. Ends up dying. 55 seconds. Let's see how Paris end up breaking this. I expect them to start taking some routes here. He ends up spawning out, so he's going to refill through mid. He just needs to stay alive here. Look at 5. He's going to play for insight. Huh? What? Did I miss this? All good. Okay. I didn't know that happened. He gets 1, turns on him, slide cancels, thinks, predicts where the next guy's going to be, slide cancels out, expecting someone to trade him, instinctively expecting someone to trade. So right here, he kills him. He's like, all right, I'm going to get traded. He's then taking the next fight of where he thinks someone's going to be. Slide cancels, rips him. Oh my god, look at him. He's screaming. He's got me hyped. Now they're in a 4v2. Well, technically a 3v2. They're going to play towards the back. Taking his time shouldering. Trying to die. All good. He ends up spawning there anyway. Now we know there's only 1 guy in hill. Look at them collapsing. That was beautiful. I want to see this. I want to see the fact that he shoulders. He shoulders here. Just in case this guy kills him. Just to get the guy in hills looking at him. Look at him. He's shouldering. Playing for info. Pistols out. Gets a bullet into him. Dies from 4. Gives info to 8 and 6. They end up trading. Now it's a 2v1 and they bang out. He's going to spawn at the back. He's going to pick up the back. 29 seconds left. AR, where do you think they're going to be? I'm going to position myself to get info. I'm going to position myself to win the next kill of the next wave. Refills through time. They bump out. They flip. They make it look easy. They make their flow look easy. They make the waves look easy. They make the teamwork look easy. The team shots look easy. And it's easy when you've got a guy like him who's like, all right, I'll get hill. Everyone else go do your thing. When you've got 3 faster players in your team, if your slowest player can be like, all right, I got hill, go. I got hill, go. But then also be in a position like this where he can bang out and take Charles. It's insane. What can you do? What can you do? All right, 49 seconds. He spawns out to the left. Take the spawn that you're given. Plays up the far left. He's clearing his timings. Doesn't see anything. Plays to trade out 4. Obviously gets bad timing on 1. All good. He cleared it. Didn't know where he was. All right, let's see what he does off this spawn. Spawns up far right, so there's pressure here, obviously from the previous wave. He's going to play bottom, trying to get into a power position. He's going to use the stun and nade right there. Nades mid cut. Is he going to chal off it? Stuns him. Yep, chals off it. Ends up dying. All good. But as you see, guys, use your utility to chal off power positions. You're the second guy in flow. You're the third guy in flow. You've not made any kills. What do? You use your utility. Throw your nades in power positions. Chal off your nade if you need to. Chal with a teammate. When you get someone stunned, use it. Your stun stops regens. If you get someone weak by shouldering, getting 1 or 2 bullets and backing out, lob a stun, make them weak, throw a nade, chal off the nade. Chal off the nade smoke. All right, let's see what number 5 does here. Spawns out, third guy in flow, 16 seconds. We got to play for new. He's going to be refilling. He's going to trust 6 and 8. Now they're going to be just playing the wave for what it is. Any kills they get, they'll spawn them out. Number 5's pushing through. Oh, no, they won't. Okay. They're pushing through. 5 is clearing angles, taking fights. They're slowing the game down now. They don't have numbers. They don't have the situation to do anything. So right here, they'll slow the game down, I imagine. Never mind. Dante just banging. Okay, banging. All right, he's got 2. Now, are we going to still bang? Yeah, we're still going to bang. It's a 3v1. We're just going. He's weak. All right, let's see what Dan does here. Playing towards the back. Letting the game come to him. 42 seconds left. His win condition is to soak. Let the game come to you. Drop your pad. He's in a position to play info towards the back. He's probably timing his nades and his stuns. Let's see how he takes his Charlie. He's shouldering. Cameras. I imagine, yep, he's got an SMG here. Picked up an SMG. Child off an SMG. When you have an SMG, you can play more aggressive instead of playing so static. Nice. Ends up getting intimidated by Dante. All good. But 1 minute 55 in time. 21 and 18. This is the power of selflessness and having someone that can enable. When people say, oh, this player can enable, what does it mean to enable, right? This is what it means. Allowing you, all right, I've got the hill. All right, I'm going to slide for you. All right, you go take a timing, right? Stuff like this. Oh, I have this lane. I won't play aggressive. I will watch a certain lane in case somebody scams so you can run down it, right? Oh, I'm going to play this lane. I'm going to play this position, this power spot, put my weapon in a position of power, create distance. Why? To buy time for my teammates, and then I'll chow off you, right? This is what we mean by selflessness. This is how you get selflessness in the game. Selflessness isn't just, I'm going to slide for you first. It's much more than that, and this is why this guy has 1 minute 55 in the hill, 22 and 18. He doesn't have crazy interactions, but as you see, he's always in the play. He doesn't have crazy interactions because he's slow, or he's on the use, or he's kill whoring, or he's on other sides of the map. No, this guy is always involved in the play, but he's setting other people up when it's their time to do so by taking a backseat. This right here is a good balance of, yo, I can do this and I can go rogue versus I'm going to be selfless. I'm going to let you go rogue. And this is why as you notice, he's always in positions to trade. Always.